If you suffer from anxiety, excessive worry, or any anxiety-related problem, watch this video and I'll teach you exactly how to take control of your brain. And look, everything from paranoid schizophrenia, OCD, anxiety disorders, generalized anxiety, to like limiting beliefs, performance anxiety, it all relates to anxiety of some form. And anxiety is very much a state produced by particular thoughts that generate feelings in your body that inhibit your performance or well-being in some way. Anxiety has a neurochemical aspect, a kinesthetic aspect, a huge mental aspect, and I'm going to teach you how to optimize and take control of each variable. And look, I'm a veritable Indiana Jones of the brain industry, self-development industry. I work with everything from people with OCD, bipolar, paranoid schizophrenia, to kids who just get anxious when trying to learn in school. I know exactly how to help you get rid of anxiety for good, and most importantly, take control. Because anxiety, a lot of people look at it as if it's good or bad, and they completely miss the point. Anxiety is an evolutionary functional pattern that helps propel motivation, helps keeps us safe, helps us to move away from danger and things that would kill us. So anxiety is very functional. And the question is it useful for you or not? And anxiety becomes a problem when you do it too much, and you do it where you don't want to, when you do it when you go to speak in front of a group, or you're doing it when trying to study or learn lines for a script, or try to go do a test in school. Then it becomes a real pain. But anxiety is either functional or it's not. And it's either useful or it's not. And it becomes a problem when you do it too much. It becomes a problem when you don't have control. It becomes a problem when it happens randomly and automatically and you don't have the skills to deal with it. Let me teach you the skills. Let me teach you the blueprint. So anxiety, first off, is an evolutionary function and byproduct of our brain, of our creativity, of our imagination, of our ability to dissociate from the present moment, think about the future, and plan. And this same planning, imagination, and imagination powers that allows us to visualize things like buildings, architecture, entire cities can be usurped and stolen to imagine worst case outcomes happening in your mind. And that's technically what worrying is. Worrying is where you ask yourself, well, what if this? What if that? Oh my God, what if this? What if this happens to my family? What if this happens to my business? And you start to imagine these big, scary, nasty images in your mind of outcomes that you would never want to have happen. And unfortunately, if that's what you're imagining, that's what your brain sees, that's what your brain moves towards, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So rule number one to taking control, getting rid of anxiety, is you want to start building better plans in your mind. You want to start seeing the exact outcomes that you want to have happen. You want to see yourself getting through adversity, finding a way through, being adaptable, being durable, being resilient, and finding your way through difficult things. And this pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, this is a difficult thing. This is where you need to see yourself. Even if you were to get the virus, see yourself recovering, getting stronger, getting back to your best self, and doing it no problem. So you want to start building better mental plans in your mind and aim your brain where you want it to go. Now, secondly, you can create anxiety by remembering bad experiences. And let's face it, in life, shit's going to happen to everyone. Happened to you, happened to me. And we have these bad events that happen. And what happens is a lot of people can't get to the other sides of these traumatic events, of these rough periods in our life. And these memories, because they're vivid and maybe they were really bad, get coded, big, bright, clear, vivid in your mind. And a lot of people just spend hours upon hours remembering bad memories, which then produce bad feelings in your body. So what we want to do is we want to start to clean up those bad memories. We want to literally shrink them down, clean them away, and begin to replace them with new and better thoughts that are directed towards where you want to go. Because regardless of where you've been, what matters is that you're aiming your brain where you want to go. And if you're just simply remembering the same old bad memory over and over again, that's what you're aiming your neurology at, and we want to change that. Now, the third way that you can create anxiety is by having racing internal dialogue and racing mental images, where it's almost like your thoughts are moving so fast, it's hard to keep up with them. It's like when your kids, they go to an amusement park and they come back and they want to tell you everything at once. Oh my God, and then, and the pictures are flying by, the voices are going yak, 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 and it makes it difficult for you to keep up with your thoughts. So you want to start to slow down the actual images in your mind, the voices in your mind, to a more comfortable speed, and it'll help to get your brain and body into a more relaxed, balanced state. When we talk about being in the zone, being in the moment, being clear and grounded, we mean literally that you clear away the images in your head, you're simply observing through your senses and experiencing the world. Now the fourth part on how you can create anxiety is that it's an automatic neurophysiological response. You go into a test, boom, your nerves are racking before you know it, you're sweating in your boots, your nerves are racking, you're risking a heart attack. How do I know that? Because I experienced anxiety and panic attacks myself. In fact, that's how I got into all this work. So it's this automatic, learned neurophysiological response that almost gets triggered off through automatic anchors. It may be the face of a certain person, maybe a certain word that just gets you anxious or gets you pissed off. We want to start to reprogram those automatic associations and help you start to take control of those feelings. And if you deal with anxiety, I want you to realize those feelings have a certain movement through your body. There's a certain place where you feel it the strongest. There's a place where you don't feel it as strong. It has a certain movement. And usually people will give away with their hands how their feelings are moving. Oh my gosh, you know, Mom, I'm just so worked up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through it. Or you know what, I just feel like I can't get forward in my life. And they're showing you with their hands how their feelings are moving. So you want to start to take control of your feelings. So if your feelings are spinning one way and they make you anxious, well, first what you want to do is make it a little worse, spin it a little faster, start to take control, then reverse it, slow it down, and you'll start to notice it will calm and relax your state. Now the fifth way people can create anxiety is by holding their breath. You'll see the mechanics of breathing way off. You'll notice when someone gets anxious, they'll start to hold their breath in their throat and they'll stop doing deep breathing. I'll look at some people and I won't see them take a deep breath for like 2-3 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to breathe anytime second here? So you want to keep deep diaphragmatic breathing. Trust me, there's nothing that anxiety doesn't like more than deep diaphragmatic breathing. Then number 6, I know we got a lot of tricks here. The 6th trick is you want to get full brain hemispheric balance. So in anxiety, what I've measured with EEGs, fMRIs, and supported in the literature is that during anxiety is one hemisphere of your brain will be overactive and chaotic while the other hemisphere is relatively dormant. When I measure this on EEGs, we'll see the brain waves completely chaotic, not synchronized. We see a lot of high beta fast brain waves, not a lot of those nice alpha undulating synchronized brain waves. So you want to synchronize both hemispheres. This is where practices like yoga, like qigong, and hypnotic practices can help you balance both parts of your brain. Now back right into it. How to get rid of anxiety is synchronize the two hemispheres of the brain. Yoga, qigong, this is where activating using both sides of the body, martial arts. Heck, if you need to, if you're going into a test, grab a freaking tennis ball, start moving a tennis ball back and forth. It'll help to activate both hemispheres. It'll reduce your anxiety. Now, of course, we don't want you to be dependent upon the tennis ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, you go, oh my goodness, I'm in big trouble. We want to have the mental skills. So I do a lot of hypnotic skills, meditation skills, help synchronize, activate both hemispheres of the brain, help produce that nice brain balance. It's going to cause the stress, the anxiety to just melt away. Then lastly, you want to love and balance your neurochemistry. One of the major problems in today's modern world is the excessive excitotoxicity, the overactivation of brain cells caused by EMFs, caused by stress, caused by inflammatory, neuroexcitatory foods, food processing, food ingredients that are, not natural or anything natural about them. Through the excessive blue light, excessive sound that's constantly stimulating our brain and overstimulating our brain. So we want to raise neurotransmitter levels like GABA. How do we do that? Through meditation, through lots of flavonoid-rich foods, through supplementing with things like magnesium to help raise your brain's GABA levels, which is like the natural Valium in your brain. In the brain, it's all about balance. I thought it was always about speed, 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 let's go faster. It's not. Okay, that just gave me more anxiety. We want balance. We want to balance excitatory glutamate and inhibitory GABA to get that perfect neurochemical balance in the brain. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been a little introduction to the truth about anxiety, 7 absolute game changer strategies to start to take control of your brain. Remember, anxiety is not good, it's not bad, it's either functional or it's not. And to dive deeper, learn everything you need to know to get rid of anxiety, fears, worries, and all those anxiety-related problems, and most importantly, take control, then you want to go into the Brain Power Breakthrough program, the book, the video program, and I'm going to be releasing a documentary itself, training program itself, called The Truth About Anxiety. You don't want to miss it. So thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe, click like, share the heck out of this video. What does the world need? The world needs to learn how to get rid of anxiety, get rid of stress. And this has been a little introduction brought to you by Chris Wyllie, Brain Transformation Specialist. Thank you so much.